So right now, take for example, B&B is 64 billion of market cap. The only reason to own that token on Binance is to get a discount on trading fees. What's the intrinsic value of that token? Nothing. It doesn't give you access to the equity of the company. Now, if you go look at the wallets, there's only 2 wallets that have 97% of all of those tokens. I wonder who owns those. What happens if one of them says, I want cash? Does Binance have 34 billion USD of cash? I don't think so. So my whole point is these things will keep blowing up over and over and over again. And finally, the senators are saying on these committees, we're done. Let's put the heavy hand of regulation down. And that's probably a good thing long term.
Going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based Cbdc technology. So it's going to be Cbdc in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. The New World Order book is going to show you how the world really works. And it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. I told you at the beginning of the year, in the first quarter of 2022, we was going to have an event that was going to bring us down. And then also in the fourth quarter, we would have an event that would bring us down. That's exactly what happened. And now I'm going to tell you, in the first quarter, we're going to have an event that's going to bring us down in 2023. And then also in the fourth quarter of 2023, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, guys, the markets are still going to be pumping and dumping until they get ready to pull the full rug. But I'll let you know when that's about to happen. Now, also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to get re-educated. And also, much love to those who donate to the Cash Shop and Patreon. And in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events. Also, I give you the New World Order cryptos in the Patreon. Of course, you have to do your own research. But this next bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure that you have the cryptos that have utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, we had Bitcoin and crypto get a nice pump. We know on the weekend we're the only game in town, and because of President's Day, guys, we got extra liquidity. And then this week, we know we're going to have a roller coaster ride because we have futures this week. So do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which on Friday, early morning, they rose, but going towards the afternoon, they started to drop. And then we had the dollar slightly up on Friday. And then, of course, guys, we have volume, which there's not a lot of volume in the market. So we know if there's not a lot of volume, this pump that we receive, we know we're going to have a pullback. And then, of course, we have Tether, USDC, and then we have the Fed. Repo still over $2 trillion. We know the central banks are raising rates and running off the balance sheet. So therefore, they can destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Now we have the San Francisco Fed Bank as a Cbdc system development. So guys, we know these CbdCs are already ready. But remember, they have to take the masses through the phases. We know CbdCs and stable coins have been tested for over 14 years. The technology has been already there. We know there's a lot of distractions going on, and we know the Fed are the master magicians, so therefore they can pull off the great crisis, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep are going inside the metaverse. Now, guys, on Friday we had Grayscale sitting at about 21.5 billion. And getting over into a little crypto news. Now, we know Janet Yellen is a chess piece for the markets right now. Janet Yellen said on January 19th, the United States had hit the debt ceiling. And by her coming out and saying that allowed the Treasury to kick in emergency moves, no longer funding the federal retirement accounts, and that allows the money to come into the market. We know when we look at yields, we can clearly see they're being manipulated. And we know the bond market is controlling tech stocks and then also cryptos. But when we're looking at crypto, guys, when we're moving up 100 to 200 million at one time, who do you think is doing it? It's definitely not the retail investor. And let's go over the retail investor. We can look at the Fed reports. Guys, the Fed knows everything that the consumer is doing. So we look at loans, we look at credit card debt, and then we match that up with savings account data. The average American is hurting. So we know when this market is pumping and dumping like this, we know it's the whale. And who is the whale? That's right, the Fed. And we know right now with the help of the Treasury. Now, I've done several videos last year where the Fed was saying that the American people had over $2 trillion in the savings accounts, and they wanted to keep the pressure on until that came down. They said it out their own mouth. And we're seeing with these higher rates, higher inflation, this is putting pressure on the average American. And then on top of it, we know if the average American is not spending, moving paycheck to paycheck, we know these small businesses are taking a hit. And who runs America? That's right, small business. So when they state they want to get rates up to 5% and stay there for a while, they know that's going to crush the consumer, which is going to crush small business. And the only thing that's going to be left are the big corporations. And what's the big corporations' goal? Is the fourth industrial revolution. The robots, algorithms, and drones taking over the economy. And this will give the big banks and big corporations total control over the globe. And we know blockchain gives the NWO the all CNI, where they'll be able to see anything and everything. And in 2023, even though it's early in the year, we can clearly see the wheels in motion. We have ISO starting up next month. We have Fed now this year, and most likely we'll have a Cbdc pilot this year, because we know when it comes to China, they're going to start flipping the switch next year. And we know the emerging markets are leading the fourth industrial revolution on purpose. And the United States is behind, which is a part of the plan. Yes, guys, in Bitcoin and crypto, we're still going to have pumps and dumps the same way in the market when it comes to those fourth industrial revolution stocks. Still going to have pumps and dumps because the fourth industrial revolution is still in its building phase. So guys, I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But when it comes to investing, you're not looking at right now. You're looking at 5, 10, 15 years down the road. And when I wrote my NWO book, that's where I was looking at. And as we can see, when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, if new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.